and welcome to Life in Envelopes. I am Jennifer Bleecher. This channel is all about planning, budgeting, paying off debt, and hopefully one day retiring early. So if those are topics that you are also interested in, then please subscribe to my channel. Today is a budget with me. We are going to be budgeting for the second paycheck in January. I already closed this out, the first paycheck out with you guys in my weekly check-in. I thought we were going to need $240 to roll over. It turns out we're going to need $337 to roll over after I did all the numbers today. So let's take a look at that. So I was originally going to take my Etsy income to cover this amount, but we have decided to use our a portion of our stimulus check to cover that amount. We also have the rest of the stimulus check portioned out to other things. Part of it is going towards some lost wages for David in December, and then the rest of it is going towards our taxes. Like we have a savings for taxes. We're going to just put it all there. Okay, so our income for this pay period is going to be the $337 plus $3,382, bringing our total to $3,719. So here are our fixed expenses. These are my pinks and my purples, my bills and my debt. The difference between bills and debt is bills will always exist and debt will eventually get paid off. So I'm going to go ahead and color code these now. Well, actually, I'll do that in a minute. So we're going to owe a total of $2,024. We have a medical debt, insurance, car payment, loan number 2, student loan, city bill, which is water and electricity. And then we have our gas bill, which is $30, Netflix, which is $14, Capital One, which is $40. Oh, actually, that's been paid off. We're not going to need to do that. Well, that's going to help us out. I'm just going to leave it there for now, and we'll just do the actual zero when it happens. Okay, so MetroNet. This is our new cable. It cost this month because we had it installed this month, but from now on, it's only going to cost around $50 a month. We used to pay, and it's not really cable, it's just internet. We used to pay $107 a month for internet, and that's going to be cut in half going forward. So that's very exciting. This new company, they are less expensive, faster, and they don't have a cap limit on the amount, like how much you use. So it's like really a no-brainer to switch over to them. Okay, so that brings our total to $2,024. Let's look at the variable expenses. Okay, so there have been a couple changes here, and I will go over that with you. First of all, our food, we budget $300 for, this is a 2-week pay period for a family of 4. We budget $25 for miscellaneous, $30 for gas, $50 for medical. Now this is not my medical debt. All my medical debt is up at the top. This is for co-payments and prescription pickup, things like that. $100 for house expenses, $80 for spending money. David and I each get $20 a week for spending money. Over a 2-week period is $40, times 2 is $80. Logan gets $5 a week, so that's $10. I set aside $15 pay period for teaching expenses, just miscellaneous teaching expenses that come up. Logan and I get $20 for Fun Friday, so that's $10 a week. And we are now, this is actually a fixed expense, it's a bill, but we've put it down here because we only pay it every 3 months. So we're going to save the portion that we need to save each pay period so that we have enough at the end of a 3-month period to cover the cost of it. And that's garbage. So altogether, this came to $640. Let's move up to the sinking funds. Okay, sinking funds. This is where we've had a dramatic change in our budget. If you look back here, these were all the sinking funds that we had during our last paycheck. And what it was last year I started sinking funds. About this time, I started a Christmas envelope. And then throughout the year, as expenses came up, like larger expenses, I always said, oh, we need a sinking fund for that so that when that expense comes up, it doesn't hurt us as much. So that's why all of these sinking funds, that's how all of these sinking funds came to be. But we have a new strategy for sinking funds. So let me show that to you. Okay, so we recently took out $900 from our sinking funds, like the total amount that we had, to pay off Capital One, which was our last credit card. So when we did that, I thought instead of going back to all of those envelopes, I want to change up the way we're doing it. I only want to save money for the most important, the largest events that are going to happen, that we absolutely have to have money for. And then I'm going to have a miscellaneous envelope for all those other little extra things. David's worried about this. He's worried that we're going to go over in some categories, like clothing, for example, that we might go over and then not have money for other things like vitamins. So he's a little worried. So I think we're just going to try it out and see how it goes. But these are the categories we decided to keep. We decided to keep birthdays, our annual car registration, Christmas, our emergency fund. This is our $1,000 emergency fund. We still add $20 every paycheck to it so that it continues to grow. Extra week, that is for when there's a 5-week period in a month. That gives us that means we need an extra week of groceries and gas. Since I'm only paid once a month and David's only paid once a month, we won't have extra income to cover that 5th week, so we need to set that money aside. And then we have our annual vet bill, which is one of our larger expenses, so we're going to continue that. And then we have the new one of miscellaneous. So we were saving, it was $259. Yeah, we were saving $259, and now we're saving $230. So we're saving a little bit of money there. Okay, coming down to the bottom, I am predicting that we're going to need $825 to roll over to our next pay period. I'm predicting that because that is what we needed for this pay, for last time we did it. So that's why I'm keeping it at $825. I'm going to go ahead and add all this together to make sure that we end with 0, because we are doing the zero-based budget. But I know that I am going to be able to pay off some extra debt with my income from Etsy and my income from YouTube. But I don't know what that number is at this point. It's so up in the air, so variable. I am doing a weekly check-in every week showing you how much I've made in Etsy and YouTube, but I'm going to do it all at the end of the month as far as what we pay off. And then this cushion, same idea. I just don't know how much we're going to be able to put towards it. Okay, so now I'm going to go in and I'm going to add all this together to make sure that our expenses are equal to our income, because we want our income minus expenses to equal 0. Okay, I can't find my calculator, so we're going to borrow Logan's. So we have a little shark theme going on this time. Okay, so we're starting with $3,719. We're going to take away $2,024. That leaves us with $1,695. So I'm going to bring that down here. So we're starting our variable expenses with $1,695. We're going to spend $640 on our variable expenses. That leaves us with $1,055. I'm going to bring that up here to my sinking funds, which are going to be $230. That leaves us with $825, and that is our goal at this point in time. We want to start with $825 for a total savings of $825, leaving us with 0. That is our goal. Okay, we will come back in a couple weeks to close it out and see what all the actual numbers were and how much we actually got to pay towards credit card debt. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to highlight all of these with the appropriate category. I do use the highlighter method from the Budget Mom. I don't think she uses it on this spreadsheet. She only uses it on her expense spreadsheet, but I like to see the colors everywhere. So I use it on my monthly spread, I use it here, and I use it on my expense sheet. So I'm going to do that right now, go through and highlight everything the color that it should be. just want to point one thing out to you. So this says envelopes. These are my cash envelopes. This is also my variable expenses. We used to actually withdraw all of this in cash, but since the coronavirus, the only ones we actually withdraw in cash are these ones here that are in dark blue. So that's spending, Logan's money, my teaching funds, and Fun Friday funds. All the rest stay in our account and we either pay directly from our bank or swipe our card. That is it for this budget with me. If you enjoyed this video, will you please give it a thumbs up? And I will see you all again next time. Bye everyone.